Hello everybody, welcome back once again to Let's Play Skyrim. I am still me, and in the last episode we came here to this place with awesome lights. Yeah, and then we were asked to go to, that's not my button, Sarthal, or however you pronounce that. So we're going to go there. I've done a little bit more of inventory jiggery pokery to lighten my load a little bit more. Ooh, snowy. Hello, Magic Gate. You need to teach your friend in there how to open properly. You understand? Good. You know, considering that all these people are like super awesome magicians, you'd think they'd be able to fix their own bridge. Or maybe because they're such super awesome magicians, they're not concerned with mundane things like falling to their deaths. Possibility. Now, where is this Sarthal place? It's apparently over there. Hello, man with torch.
Stay out of trouble, Argonian.
Yeah, fine. I'm just going to Sarthal. Not trying to get in trouble. Hello, chicken. Hello. That's enough talking to the chicken. Ah, yes, there it is. It must be close. With a blowing thingamajiggy up here. For some strange reason. There's also a cave over there. That looks promising. That looks like... oh! Suddenly there's no snow. Ah.
Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I know Winterhold used to be full of my kind, and no, I don't care that they're all gone now. Does that cover everything?
1, you're sliding down the hill. 2, what are you talking about? 3, what is that over there? All of those questions all at once.
I've just been asked enough questions.
You're still sliding down the hill.
To learn not to explain.
Right. Ice spells are not going to be useful here. Damn ice ray. Missed. Valenya's aim is no better than mine. Fortunately, Upgurd's is. Ooh, you've got a staff of something or other. Oh, where are we going now? These ice wraiths are not having a good day. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. Well, that was an unexpected occurrence. Right, let's get back to talking to this lady now.
There's a lot of pressure for me to excel in my studies.
Oh, Upgurd.
I hope I can live up to expectations.
I've now lost your dialogue. That's unfortunate. Do you know anything about Sarthal?
Not really. Just that it's very, very old. It was one of the first cities of men in Tamriel, I think.
Okay.
Until next time.
Until next time. Well, that was fun. I will go and nabble their essences, since no one else seems to want to. There's an arrow here. That's good. Have you been shooting at them?
You know, this is one of a very few places where you can receive a real education in the schools of magic.
What? In the middle of this wasteland? I think that dialogue is supposed to be said when you're in Winterhold. Your dialogue is broken, Valenia. And I still don't know how to pronounce your name. You'll notice I've said it differently every time. Oh no, they killed the goat. Poor goat.
It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education.
I'm sure it is. Could you hurry up and get down here, please? What's popped? All broken. barrel of potatoes and a barrel of carrots. What's over here? Barrel of potatoes. Now how do we get over there, I wonder? Tomatoes. Got the makings of a good stew around here. Let's get over here. See if there's anything useful over here. Wow, that must be really, really cold to sleep on. Empty barrel. Oh my god, so many barrels. Empty, empty. Apples. Salt, I'll take salt. Apples. Excuse me again. Okay, I'm back again, sorry about that. Gold, iron, potion, scroll, I'll take all of those. What do we have in here? A sack of salt, an urn of gold, another urn of gold and potions. That was not the right button. Potions, gold, gold, potions. What is in this urn? Gold. Okay. Let's catch up with the others now. Boing, 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 boing. There we are. You see, Tolfdir, I spent forever looting the place, and I still got here before you. And goodness only knows where all the others are. Maybe they've gone inside already. No, no, Tolfdir's locked it. Well... there is Belenia up there. I don't know where the others went. I mean, I left before them, I think, so... I guess we shall just have to wait. And here comes Belenia. Let's just wait an hour. Oh, Belenia's here. As it seems, should we just start and let them catch up eventually?
And here we all are.
Well, we're not here.
Step inside.
What are we looking for?
Anything. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence.
I like coincidences. What's so important about this place?
We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered.
So are we going to be fighting lots of Draugrs? Anyway, let's go.
All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside.
Forget about Onmund and Jazargo, since they clearly can't be bothered to turn up. Belenia, why are your robes crackling? Sure that can't be meant to happen. Whoa! Where the hell did you guys come from?
I'm not so sure we should be here.
What do you mean?
As some of you may know, Sawthor was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about
They have mushrooms here. Oh, Belenia.
This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such... Well, are there any questions?
You were halfway through a sentence. Come on. Okay, what do you want me to do?
Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins.
Okay, someone is pushing me down the stairs.
The usefulness of
Is
the
that
text
Belenia again?
is relevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have
Oh,
the
it's
rest
all
of
of them.
you?
Whoa.
Berliner, my dear, why don't you search for
Whoa.
warding magics?
They've learned to
Anything
teleport. I
designed
don't know how
keep
to do
them
that.
out. Don't interact with them, just identify them. Onmund, Please search that area over there. See if you notice any residual energies, alive or undead. All right, everyone. Let's be careful, but have fun.
Okay.
I'm not seeing signs of any warding magics at all. Either they're not here, or they were removed long
Yeah,
ago.
well, you did only start looking about 2 seconds ago. Anyway, this is now post-commentary because my computer ran out of battery. So yeah, you know, wandering along.
Can you imagine what it was like living here so long ago? The first men in Tamriel.
On being very philosophical.
Jazargo finds nothing but dust.
Jazargo, like Belina, is complaining about not knowing where stuff is. Lanterns all over the place. And then I fall off the platform, because I'm so good at navigating my character around. But on the plus side, I do find a wagon and some mushrooms. So that's always good. Let's go kind of running down, not realising that we're not meant to be coming down here. And as a consequence of falling off, I end up relatively near to that gentleman I need to be talking to.
I'll be amazed if we find anything useful.
Who is complaining. I don't know what I was saying here.
What? Ah, yes, you. I remember.
Don't know how he remembers me since I've never met him before.
That's fine. Just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything.
Yes, so we very carefully
Until next time.
go looking for these gem things, and we find a lesser soul gem, and also accidentally take a linen wrap. We also find an enchanted ring, which I decide, totally sensibly, that I'm immediately going to wear. Yeah, because that would totally be the thing. You find a random enchanted ring. Yeah, totally, let's just wear it. No concern if there's some secret enchantment on it that might turn it into a dog. At this point I'm looking around a bit confused because I thought I'd picked up an embalming tool, and actually I picked up a linen wrap, which I now realise.
I'll be amazed if we
Arniel game continues to complain, and I continue to take enchanted rings. Then I find the thing we're supposed to collect, so I ignore it, and Tolfdir gets in my way. I have to sprint to knock her out of the way. There's the other ring. Lovely jubbly, and at this point I'm wondering if they're all the same, which they are. Tolfdir running along again, and then we take the amulet and promptly find ourselves, I don't know what I was saying there, trapped. Although not very well, because I'm sure we could, you know, turn sideways and sidle out of there.
Is everything all right?
And Tolfdir, being very oblivious,
How in the world did that happen?
asks us if everything's alright. We say we pulled an amulet off the wall, which was probably not a sensible thing to do.
Really?
Then Arniel Game just kind of casually reading a book in the background.
Is there some way you can use it?
At this point I think I'm talking about turning sideways and going through it. Then I try to put it back on the wall and that doesn't work, so I change my mind and instead put it on. And accidentally click on weapons. And then I discover that it's actually rather useful, because it makes all spells cost a very little bit less to cast.
See that?
And then we get glowiness coming out of the wall.
You. And the wall. It must be connected to the amulet. I wonder what effect might your spells have.
And at this point we annoy Arniel Gain, who I may remember told us not to damage anything. Well, we damaged something. Sorry about that, Arniel Gain.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely.
Yeah, you
safe.
think we just got trapped by spiky things.
Well, would you look at that? This appears to lead somewhere. Let's see where it goes.
At this point I wonder if it would be a little bit fairer to collect the other students and then realise that I don't know where they are. So I take a quick cursory look around, get bored, and pop it up there. Tolfdir gets in my way again. Push her out the way. And then I find mushrooms and bone meal.
Why in the world would this be sealed off? What is this place?
This one I'm expecting drawers, and, well, we don't quite find them. Instead we find curious lights and blurriness. And then a man pops out of the air.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment
I find it interesting that they've
must
frozen
not
time,
pass,
but the candle
as you
flames are
have
still
no way of
flickering.
knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
And then he disappears. Shame he couldn't teach me how to do the time stopping trick.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened?
Yes, clearly something spoke to me.
I'm afraid I didn't see
That's because
anything.
you were frozen in time.
Can you tell me more about what you saw?
Something about...
The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that?
Well, it's not that odd that there's danger ahead. We're probably going to find Draugrs.
Ahead? Why, that doesn't make any sense.
It makes
at
plenty
all.
of sense.
The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find?
Yeah, well, clearly, we're probably going to find Draugrs.
With a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They've vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place.
Well, I think they just want to say hi.
Take care now.
Now Tolfdir very intelligently opens the coffins, and of course, out comes some Draugrs. Tolfdir asks, is someone there? I mean, talk about oblivious, and then I rather than necessarily firebolt that Draugr. Yes, Tolfdir is a bit oblivious at times.
This is simply
So
fascinating.
here we go. At this point I'm wondering how this torch was lit.
This is simply
Yes.
fascinating.
At this point Tolfdir insists on repeating himself a lot.
Be prepared to defend yourself.
Yeah, this gets very, very tedious as we go down here.
This is simply fascinating.
Yeah. I think at this point I'm shouting at him, telling him to shut up. And then he just sort of stops and kind of thinks about walking away. I guess we maybe insulted him by shouting at him.
Be prepared to defend
And yes,
yourself.
he keeps going on this vein
Be prepared to defend
for
yourself.
a very long time. And I realise he isn't going to pull the lever, so I do it.
Defend yourself.
Interrupted by him again. And then he starts walking off. Yeah, Draugrs popping up all over the place. I miss, as usual. Oh dear. Again, stating the blindingly... Yes, thought I heard something. Tolfdir is, as always, stating the blindingly obvious. And then decides that the perfect thing to do is run right next to a Draugr, that's trying to axe him with an axe. And then I open up the chain gate spiky thing.
I've never seen anything like this in North. I've never seen
And
anything
Tolfdir
like
repeats
this in
himself a
North
bit more.
before. Why, just look at all this. Is
And then he
simply
interrupts himself
fascinating.
again with, "This is simply fascinating." I did not click on him there. He just sort of decided he wanted to talk to me. Nice. Go around and loot all these Draugrs. And then Tolfdir apparently wants to get out, because he's walking at the wall in a kind of vague, slow manner. And then he does a bit of a disappearing act. I was expecting him to follow me, and he sort of doesn't. And I need to pause the recording here briefly. Okay, so I loot these urns, and the other urn, and then I'm wondering if Tolfdir is going to appear. And I decide to go back to him, see where he is, and in a few moments I will discover that he isn't there anymore. He does a sort of disappearing act on me for some bizarre reason. And there's a very loud bang for no apparent reason. Yeah. So yes, Tolfdir has sort of disappeared out of a locked room. He is apparently Houdini. And then we can continue down. Still wondering where Tolfdir is at this point. And then we continue down. And I get blown up by a fire rune, which sends a pot flying. Tolfdir behind me kills a Draugr, which I spend a moment trying to find, and then I finally do find it. I get a bunch of Draugrs attacking me, and once again my shout fails to stagger them for some inexplicable reason. I have to spend a little time fireballing them. And then I discover that there's a Draugr White trying to murder me, so I hide and decide to drink a lot of potions, because that seems like a logical thing to do. And I've got lots of regretted things anyway. And I miss, and I run out of magic. Managed to avoid hitting Tolfdir for once. And there he goes. And he has a very valuable bow, so we take that. I loot the other dude. And we find a soul gem, and money, and a ruby, and an urn of gold as usual. And a chest full of stuff, and for some strange reason a steel dagger in this coffin. And then I wander around for a little bit. And do a little jump over here to get at this box, which contains a lock. And then I have to spend fun and entertaining time breaking lockpicks on it. Yeah. I think this is the one I guessed at. Yeah, there we go. 16 gold. That was really, really worth it. I have some more mushrooms. And then I fall off and totally don't notice the stairs are right next to me. So I spend a little while wondering where the stairs are at this point. And then discover that I didn't loot that Draugr. Yeah, and this point I'm wondering where the stairs are, and I realise they are right next to me. I go back up, and I think at this point we go through the door. Yep. So I'm keeping an eye out for Draugrs that are likely to reanimate on me. But not before looting all the gold. And the mushrooms, of course. Mustn't forget the mushrooms. I look at that pressure plate and decide to see what it does. And as it turns out, it fires a lot of darts, and I have to spend a while waiting for all the darts to go away. Which they now do, and then we pop through here, loot that chest, and then find some Draugrs. Uthgerd screams at it just before I firebolt it in the face for some strange reason. I'm sure it was really, really scared by that firebolt just before it... I mean, really, really scared by that scream just before it got a firebolt in the face. At that point I was wondering if I accidentally trod on a pressure plate, but I didn't. Yes, and then at this point I don't notice the symbols are above the thing, so I first, yes, I'm looking at the ceiling in all sorts of places, and then I decide to try and make them all show the same thing for some strange reason. I'm not really sure why I was looking at each one. Yeah, this is when I start making them all show the same thing for no apparent reason. Don't worry, I do realise what I'm meant to do in a few moments. I think I've just started to do all. I just get all of them neatly saying the same thing, and then I look around for a bit. Don't notice the sign back there, and then I come over here to see if there's anything I can do here. Look at the ceiling again. Look at the floor. And then eventually I notice it. There we go. So now I get them all in order. And all facing what they should be facing. And then for some reason I decide to twirl that one round for a little bit for no apparent reason. And then, just in case I failed, I have Uthgerd do it, except for some reason my holding the E button doesn't shortcut me to the orders, so I have to talk to her.
I'm still here.
And at this point we discover that Uthgerd has telekinesis. As she will shortly demonstrate, she walks next to the lever, and it pulls itself.
That it?
Which I think is quite impressive. Yeah, and I don't know why I was looking back. I think I was still seeing if Tolfdir was going to turn up. Go through another door. Okay, so I'm trying to wait for Tolfdir, except there are people. So I run back over here and wait for an hour. There we go. And then we go through the door, still with no Tolfdir. Okay, so then I decide to save it here, just in case something goes terribly, terribly wrong. And yes, predicting Draugr, I get my firebolts out. And then start looting burial urns. And then we find a guy with a scary greatsword, and I unintentionally dodge his shout by falling off. Uthgerd gets taken out in about 2 hits, I think, possibly 1 hit. Yeah, there she goes. Then I start playing sort of cat and mouse, running up the stairs, running down the stairs, and he comes the other way. I don't dodge that shout, run back up the stairs, run back down the stairs. When Uthgerd distracts him momentarily before getting taken out again. Sprint up the stairs. Fall down the stairs, and discover that he was ready for me that time. He hits me very, very hard. And then I start running away. It's when I remember to summon my Atronach, sort of approximately there. Run, 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 run. Then I stand back here and start firebolting him. He shouts my Atronach and kills it. I do my own shout at him because I'm out of magic. He gets caught by the explosion of my Atronach. I get more magic, get more health. Consider doing that and then decide not to. I think. 1 more magic potion, and I just firebolt him a few more times, and cinematic kills that don't screw up my aiming for once. And there he goes, spinning away. His honed ancient North greatsword I decide not to take. Uthgerd is now back up and at him. Although possibly that might have been better than her current weapon, so I probably should have taken it. have to check that in the next part. Anyway, then I loot an urn. And I jump over there in case there's anything interesting, which there isn't. All those urns can't be looted. Jump back again. Search the other urn. And look in the coffin, search another urn. Then we save again. This door. Give it once again. And that was my watch telling me what the time is. So I shout the lightning trap to activate it. And then loot the urn, and then loot the chest for an iron shield that I didn't particularly want. Steel sword. I firebolt this trap because my shout isn't quite back yet. Yeah, and then we come along here. Unfortunately, I do slightly better at this trap, possibly because it's a bit more obvious because of these big things with mouths telling me what it's supposed to be facing. So yeah, and then wonder what the other noise was. And yes, troll pillars. And then I forget what they're supposed to be facing. So I just mess around here for a little bit. Then I notice that it's also on the walls. Everything's getting rotated around in inconvenient fashions. Yeah, that one now gets rotated round. Let's rotate this one back again. Rotate that one. And then I rotate that one. And then I think we're done. Yes, good. Yeah. So quick double check and then open the lever. There we are. Oh, activate the lever and open the door, I mean. Running down here, and I believe it's about here. Yeah, Tolfdir finally rematerializes. Doing his little Houdini act. And I warn him not to tread on the pressure plate, and of course he will. Have a few bits and bobs. Then I notice there's an alchemy table over here for some bizarre reason. Strange place to leave an alchemy table, and of course, just as I'm looting this auger for its gold and steel shield, of course Tolfdir turns on the trap. Of course he does. Why am I even surprised? So I nip through there, open this door, and find a big glowing thing. And on that note, I believe I leave it off. See you next time. Maybe? When do I